guys, it's Manager Kylie, and in today's video I'm going to go through all the rules of volleyball. So today I'm going to go through some of the basic rules of volleyball and how the game works. And if you're interested in more sports administration videos just like this, definitely hit the subscribe button, turn the bell so you get notified every time I upload. I post a new video every single Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern time. This is a series I'm doing and all the different rules for different sports. So definitely check out the playlist linked at the end to see the rules for many different sports. So some of the basics of a volleyball court. The game of volleyball is played on a court that is 30 feet by 60 feet or 18 meters by 9 meters. And it is split in half by a net to making two squares of 30 feet by 30 feet or 9 meters by 9 meters. And then that half of the court is divided into two different zones. One zone is in front of the 10-foot line or 3-meter line, and then the other zone is double that in size. It is 20 feet or 6 meters. For the height of the net for men's volleyball, it is played at 8 feet, and for women's volleyball, it is played at 7 feet 4 inches. Now for the teams. The game is played 6-on-6, and usually teams are made up around 12 players, and these players play a wide variety of different positions. There's setters, liberos, outside hitters, right side hitters, middle hitters. There's lots of different positions you can play, and I will have a video linked up in the iCard going through details of all the different positions to figure out which one's right for you. But each player plays a different position and gives that a different role on the court. Volleyball is played with individual sets to make up the entire match. Each set is played to 25 points. It's usually played best 3 out of 5. And those first 4 sets will go to 25, and if there is a need for a deciding set, that last 5th set will go to 15. Now volleyball, each point starts with a serve, and there's many different ways to actually earn that point. Your main goal is to get the ball to hit the ground on the other side of the court within the lines, so you want the other team to drop the ball, but there's other ways to win a point if the other team has some sort of violation, if they are to hit it over and it land outside the playing court. There's lots of different ways to score that point, but the main goal is to get the ball to touch the ground on the other team side of the court. And I do also have a YouTube short on how to score points in volleyball that will also be linked up in the iCard. Now to get the ball back over the net to the other team, as this played as a rally sport, your goal is to get it over with 3 or less touches. Usually it is a pass or a bump, followed by a set, and then an attack or a spike. That's your 3 most common contacts. Sometimes the ball does get out of sequence and you might have to use a different type of contact, but those are generally the contacts that you are using to try to get the ball over. Getting it over in 3 clean contacts then gives it to the other team to try to get it back over in 3 contacts. You don't have to use all 3 contacts, so if you only want to hit it over in 2, you can do that, especially when the point gets moving along. It may be quicker to hit it over in 2 to get the other team while they're moving around and not in their positions. There are a couple rules around hitting it 3 times though. One player cannot hit it twice in a row. And there are a couple ways that the contact could be a violation. If you double hit a set, if you catch or carry the ball, there's a couple other ways that that contact could be a violation, which would give the point to the other team. And if the team that is serving does win that point, they do keep the serve. So they keep that serve and serve again. There's nobody that changes positionally on the court. That person that served that ball continues to serve. However, if the team that was receiving that serve does win the point, their team is to rotate clockwise 1 position. This just moves every player on the court and gets somebody else to serve each time that you win a receiving point. Another contact that you may have on the court is a block. So if somebody from the other team is going to attack the ball, you may have a blocker that goes up to try to block the ball from going over the net. You can't reach over the net in the block, but you can put your hand straight up the air and try to block the ball from coming over to your side. This is not considered one of your 4 contacts, so if you were unable to fully complete the block and the block was to tip off onto your side, your team still has 3 contacts to get the ball back over the net. Another action is a dig, and this is actually something that generally comes from your libero, which is another vocab word for volleyball. A dig is a receiving of one of those fast attacks from the other side. So somebody comes and attacks the ball from the other side. A dig is getting there and getting that ball up. It's similar to a fundamental pass, but you are generally getting a little bit lower and the ball's coming in at usually a faster speed. And the person that does a lot of digs is that libero, and this is a player that actually wears a different color uniform, and they can sub in for anybody. They have more flexibility in substitutions. Substitutions are limited in how many you can do in volleyball, so your libero is a player that can sub in and out for any player and can go into many different positions, and they are strictly play in the back row and play defense, so they are usually one of your best passers and are willing to get low on that dig. Now those are some of the basic rules of volleyball. I have a lot more videos on my channel explaining volleyball, the rotations in volleyball, and some of the more details of volleyball. This is just a basic rules video, but if you're interested in learning more about some of the details of volleyball, how volleyball works, definitely check out the other playlists I'll have linked at the end explaining all things about volleyball. But I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you did, and I will see you guys next Wednesday.